I've got a Kalukian. Which Kalukian, you might say? I got a Shahe Kalukian. And he's got all kinds of automobile recommendations to us, and you're not selling anything.
I'm not.
You're talking about, as a matter of fact, keeping the car that you have
correct
in good shape, ready for the spring.
Empowerment, it's what it's about.
Okay, but I know that you believe a great deal in your fellow person, even including me.
Yes.
When you say, I can do it myself.
Yes.
I don't believe you.
No.
I don't know what's under the hood, Shahe.
It's simpler than you really think. It all starts with reading your owner's manual. That's the best guide. But there's a lot that you can do for spring. For starters, get to know your tire. A lot of people don't know how old their tire is. They look at the tread and they go, oh, it's thick, but do you know how old it is? There's a secret 4-digit code on the tire that the first 2 numbers are the week of that year. The second 2 numbers are the year. So 2279 would be the 22nd week of 1979.
Am I the only person who doesn't know that?
No, I think there's a lot of people that don't.
Where is it?
It's right on the tire. It's in a little circle, and you can't miss it. Just follow the tire size, and you'll see it. It's 4 digits. That's always the code that says that's when it was made.
So once I know how old it is,
then you know, regardless of how thick or the treads are, or good the treads are, you got to replace it. 5 years is mandatory. After 5 years, you got to change it.
Okay. And is it really dramatically different from one tire manufacturer
Not really.
to another?
Not really, no.
When I see what people are getting for some of their tires,
sure.
The high-performance tires.
Absolutely, yes. And it'd be a shame to buy a high performance if you're driving the kids to and from school and you're not really using the tire for what it was meant for.
All right, now listen, I was talking about not knowing what anything was
Yes.
when I opened the hood, right? I can recognize what the air filter looks like.
Yes.
And the spark plug.
Yes.
Why should I care?
Well, spark plugs are a little bit more difficult to do if you're not experienced to replace, but an air filter, anyone can do it. The owner's manual will show you, Google will show you, YouTube will show you, or I will show you, or your mechanic will show you.
Show me what?
How to replace it. The average air filter is supposed to be replaced between 15 and 20,000 miles. But imagine if you learned how to remove it, just blow it out or grab a vacuum cleaner and vacuum it. You could prolong it to 40, 50,000. Why do you have to replace it if you know how to keep it clean?
Now, I know that in advance of this visit, you said, I'd like to talk to you about mirrors.
Yes.
Now, the mirrors I can figure out myself. I'm going to look in the mirror on this side. I'm going to look in the mirror on that side. And if I can see people coming, isn't that enough?
Not really. The biggest mistake people do is they bring the mirror out to where they can see the back of their car.
Yes.
Well, it's your car. You're driving it. You want to see other cars. So the right way to do it is to literally tilt your head 6 inches to the left from the driver's side and pan out the mirror until you barely see the back of the vehicle. And then tilt it to the right and do the same. That's your blind spot. That's all you need to do. That's the proper way to do it.
All right, now this is not just a guy that we found in the parking lot named Kalukian that sounded like he was impressive. This is the Mazvo guy. Mazvo Car Care. The center is located where?
4610 North 7th Street. I'm 100 feet south of Highland on the west side, just south of Xavier.
Yeah, you can't miss the big Xavier side.
You can't miss it.
And then humbly next door is
just
Mazvo,
right next door,
right?
yes.
One quick thing that I need to know
yes.
about washing the car. Is it really always important that I go to a professional?
Not really. You could do it yourself. You want to avoid oxidization from the paint. Letting that dust get on there, especially with our extreme weather and heat in the summertime, it's not good for the paint overall, especially if you're a keeper of cars. Soap, water, wash it down. The tires, grab some baking soda and vinegar and a brush and clean those tires. You'll be fine.
Mazvo, spelled M-A-Z-V-O. Shahe Kalukian is spelled however it is that he wants to.
Exactly.
And you know,
try it with an S.
Listen, I've got big news for you. You know what? Britney Spears has nothing on Holly, and that's next, coming up on the Arizona Daily Mix.